Good morning, noon, or night. My name is Jet, and welcome to my channel, JITV 1 and 2. So, this is going to be about trying to describe what people want, what humans want, and what humans don't want. Okay, what humans do want is love, and all the gifts that come from love, like joy, peace, contentment, kindness. They call that the fruits of the Spirit. Self-control, joy, peace, all of those things. Okay, and those are from God, the Most High God. God is love. 1 John 4 states that very clearly, that God is love. So, if God is love, and then there's all this anti-love, where is all the anti-love going, or coming from? It's coming from the opposing force of God, which is an enemy. Okay, evil is not accidental. It's not on accident. Okay, evil, bad, darkness is here, and it's here intentionally and with intention. So all the things we don't want are greed, envy, lust, shame, fear, pride, ego. All of those things are anti-love because they are the force going against love. And also, anti means in place of, in substitution of. So, the lust and greed are trying to substitute for the loving response, which would be love and contentment. Okay? They're opposites to each other. And you cannot get the loving thing from doing the anti-love. You cannot do it. So that's what this one was going to be about, is what the humans want and what humans don't want. Humans want love, which is God. Okay, we only want love and we only want God. But there is an opposing force, the anti-love. It is here with intention, and you have to use your intention and your free will to actively choose to go against it. But what the anti-love, the enemy of love, is attempting to do is to invert the entire nature of reality, to say all the anti-love things like greed and all of that is good, and like sharing and selflessness and all of that stuff is bad. Can they try to say if you have loving qualities, the world, the earthly mortal systems, the Babylonian beast-like systems will hate you and say things like, oh, they're self-righteous. Okay? They're always going to project what they are onto you if you are love-based living. If you are functioning from the spirit of the Most High God in love, joy, peace, contentment, giving, respect, all of those things, the people who are anti-love, that are the enemy, that are actively going against love, are going to project what they see, what they feel on the inside, and what they're doing on to you. Okay? So that's why it talks about you have to be a living sacrifice. Once you realize a lot of the things that I'm saying, and once you realize that Jesus is God in the flesh, and he came here, and you understand it's a rescue mission, and you understand that it's eternal and everlastingness that's on the line. Your eternal soul is what is at stake, okay? And the only way for you to have eternal everlasting life would be to come to the saving knowledge of love, which is Jesus Christ. Where did the love come from? It came from God. God is love. So, okay. So all of this stuff that's anti-love is what we would call as sin. It's sin. The sin is all the stuff that goes against God. The more sin you do, the more against God you are. God is love. The more sin you do, the further and further and further away from God that you get. Okay? So the earthly, worldly, mortal systems knows, as a souled individual, we're strongest when we're synced up with God, when we're back on the vine. We accept the information that I'm saying is true. When you get the saving knowledge of Jesus Christ and what he did and what he's here doing and what it will give you, that it will give you everything that you want if you practice and accept and pick up and follow Jesus, which means like follow the leader, do what Jesus did. You're attempting to live your life from a love filter like Jesus did. He was the example of the love-based living individual. And he was able to do that because he knew the end from the beginning. He knows what the end is going to be. He knows about the new Jerusalem that's going to be brought on earth where there's no sin and it's only love. And that's the actual real reward for rejecting the anti-love, for using your free will to reject anti-love. So we have free will and we can choose love or anti-love, but many people are upset and really mad that we have free will. They don't understand that that's what they're doing, but they want to, instead of reject the anti-love, instead of reject the lust, the greed, the shame, all that stuff, they want to try and make it correct because their mind and their body want to do it. So they're trying to figure out a way to justify the sin to be correctness because we have cognitive dissonance, okay? So our mind and our body are in a less than perfect condition, a fallen animalistic condition, right? So it's lusty and greedy and all these things. Well, we have to use our free will to acknowledge that and choose the love-based living, the loving path, okay? And Jesus came here and showed us how to do that. And if you do that, then when the time comes for all of the sin to go away, we talk about the wheat and the tare are being separated. The goats and the sheep are being separated. This is a separation. The next time Jesus comes, it's with a sword to divide. He's dividing the people who use their free will to choose love and the people who have used their free will to try to justify all of the anti-love, all of the sin that's in the nature of reality. And by doing that, you are a satanic supporter. You're supporting Satan, which is the enemy and where sin comes from and all the anti-love. Okay, just to be clear about that. That's what that is. So we want the love. We don't want the anti-love. But everything's a trap and a snare in the nature of reality to try and catch you in the anti-love. Because the loving path is freedom and life. It's the truth, the way, and the life, real life. While all the other stuff is one giant death cult who likes to celebrate death, which is only here because of sin, what you would call sin. So it's only here because Satan's a snaky salesman. He sold us the lie and we bought it. So now we have all of this anti-love here that we have to sort through, and, we need the Holy Spirit, okay? That's where this was going. We need the Holy Spirit that Jesus brought here that people don't understand. A lot of the New Age people, they talk about frequencies and all of that, and there's tons of truth in that frequency, the nature of reality. If you just be more open-minded about reading the accounts of Jesus. So when he came here and they say the life is in the blood, he spilled his blood into this system of earth. And 50 days later, the Holy Spirit came upon people and indwelled in them for the first time. So that is a frequency of life and love. That is the frequency of life. Okay? And not everybody has that frequency is the problem of what we're experiencing. The Holy Spirit will come and it is the truth revealer. It is the way that you get your life. People are walking around spiritually dead because they're disconnected from God. And that is how many people are able to do the different things that they do some people you can't even believe the things that they're doing because they are totally separated and disconnected from God. Because that is what the fall was. The fall of man, we became separated from God. Now, Jesus had to come to bring us the Holy Spirit so we can be reconciled with God. Those people who want to be love-based living individuals, who love, who love God. And if you know love, you know God. So if you love and you put any amount of value on love, because love is the realest, truest currency of reality. Love is the real currency of the nature of reality, and money is a knockoff. That's why Jesus had the parable, and they asked him, he gave them the coin. Jesus said, give to Caesar what's Caesar's, and give to God what's God's. The love, your spirit, life force, soul, energy belongs to God. Money belongs to the earthly, worldly, mortal, Babylonian, beast-like systems. So there's, like I said, there's another, it's just a separation. So that was a really long way of getting to this. For one example, all of the systems that are functioning in Earth are attempting to do the same thing. They are selling you these ideas of things. For example, the medical field, okay, allopathic medicine. They are trying to sell you medications and all of these different things, the pharmacia and all of the treatments and different this, that, and the other, and they're spending billions of dollars every year trying to research and get these, and now they've come up with microscopic nano-sized robots that can go in people's bodies and restructure this, that, and the other. So all of these things that they're doing, and there's many advancements, and I'm not discouraging the advancements, but what I am trying to give the example of is these systems try to hook you and get you and sell you on the fact that they can get rid of sin. Okay, they can get rid of the effects of sin. The fall, sin, Satan, it's a virus in our system of Earth, has caused all of the anti-love to occur within everything in all of reality. Okay, sin is what causes death. There was no death. Okay, people are really hung up on God being mean because there's a food chain. Well, originally there was no food chain, and that is going to be fixed. That's why it says the lion's going to lay down with the lamb, because that's going to be fixed. Okay, God did not want a food chain. A food chain occurred when we accepted the virus of sin into Earth. We had dominion over the earth, and people were deceived and tricked into buying a lie and entering that virus into our system. Okay. So because of that, now we have death and decay, destruction, all of these things, which is a big money maker in the medicine field. They want to tell you that they have the solution to stop sin. Okay, death is a guaranteed thing that is here, right? You're born and you age and then you die. You can see it in nature. Death is everywhere. That is a result of sin. That is a result of Satan. That's a result of the virus that we entered into the system of Earth. Many, many, many systems, such as medicine, want to sell you that they can get rid of the effects of sin, when they, in fact, cannot get rid of the effects of sin, which is death and decay, destruction, everything bad. They can't get rid of it. They want to say that they can do it, and then they want to stop people from coming to the understanding that Jesus Christ is the only way that can deal with the problem of the antivirus in the system of sin. Okay, and learning more about him and understanding that was God. He came in the flesh. All the different things that happen. It's the frequency of life and love. We're getting back onto the vine of life. We fell. Humans fell, and we were separated from God, and we were separated from life, from true life. We were into death. It's a death cult. The earth and the world is a death cult because it belongs to Satan, and it belongs to sin. It belongs to all of the things that are anti-love. It's not hard to understand. This is what I'm trying to explain, is the systems that are functioning in Earth want to try and tell you that they can get rid of the consequences of sin when they cannot. And they want to tell you that the only way to get rid of it is a lie. They want to say that Jesus is a lie, God is a lie, and all of those things. When they're really the liar. It goes back to them projecting all of their stuff onto us again. So, the only way to get rid of sin is in the anti-love. And not the only way, I'm going to say the way. The way to get rid of sin and the effects of sin and all of those things that are anti-love in nature, the lust, greed, envy, and all of those things, okay, is to want love in the fruits of the Spirit more than anything else. So we don't understand that these are the options. We don't understand it. We're not taught it. No one teaches it. And actually, it's very, very well hidden, okay? That if you function from love, you get the joy, peace, contentment, kindness, self-control, peace, patience, all of those things. That is why the earthly, worldly, mortal systems that are infected with the virus of sin want to teach you. They want to teach you an inversion of love. So if you start to understand, if you start to think that love is one thing and you're going to start functioning from that, you're not going to have the fruits of the real spirit of love. You will know a tree by their fruits. That's a person and how you know yourself. Do you have joy and peace, contentment, self-control, patience, self-respect, joy, the capability of, it's called long-suffering? Do you have all of these capabilities? If you don't have them, then you're not functioning from love. You are out of sync with the nature of reality. You are off the wavelength, off the frequency of love and life. Because if you are synced up with the frequency, the wavelength of love and light, then you're going to have the gifts that being synced up with it has. Because it's like if you plug a light into a light switch or into an outlet and you turn it on and the bulb lights up, okay, because it's connected to its electricity source, it now has the capability and it produces the light, okay? So us as souled individuals, once we are plugged back in to love through Jesus and the knowledge of understanding what Jesus did and said and is, then you start to produce the gifts that being on that vine produces. Then it's just like the light bulb being plugged in and turning the light on and having light. We get hooked into Jesus or Christ or Yeshua, however you want to say his name. You get hooked back into God through the Holy Spirit by accepting it and saying yes. Then you start producing, radiating the joy, the peace, the contentment, kindness, self-control, peace, patience, all of those things that we say that we want and we want very badly. That's the things that we want. We don't want the anti-love. We don't want sin. But the earthly, worldly systems and the fallen state of our mind and our body tricks us and deceives us into thinking that we want these anti-love things, such as greed. Like, if you can be greedy enough and you can backstab and you can, it's just business and all of these things, that it's going to give you what you want somehow. When there's no possible way, if you want love and the fruits of love, can you function from anti-love and do all these things and get the gifts of love? It's impossible. It's just like the light. If it's not plugged in, you don't get the light. It has to be plugged in to get the light. I'm not talking about... So that actually really is a good example. You plug the light in, you get the light. You cannot not plug the light in and get the light. So what people in the earthly, worldly, mortal system has started to do would be like, oh, well, what can I do to get the light, but instead of plugging it into the wall? So can I create this technology, that technology? Can I get another light from somewhere else? Can I use salt water to do it, or this, that, or the other? Can I harvest the airwaves, or this, that, and the other? That's what people are doing. People are trying to come up with other ways to still get the effects of being hooked back up with God, having the Holy Spirit, and functioning from love, because they're trying to screw the system. There's no screwing the system. There is 0% chance that you can have all the gifts of love without being synced back up with God and having the Holy Spirit. So people are trying to deceive you into thinking that you can have those things and not come to the saving knowledge of Jesus Christ and understanding that God is love, and to surrender what's left of your light or life to get plugged into the light and light up so that other people can see that that is an option and that is exactly how you get the things that you want. It's called a sacrifice, though, because once you're plugged in and you're lit up and you're glowing, and all of these people, all these haters can see you glowing and they want to put out your light. But once you're hooked in, you stay hooked in by faith and belief and knowledge, wisdom, discernment, and practicing staying hooked in. You stay hooked into God. You will be bright and brilliant and have all of these things that other people will be attracted to, but some of them are going to want to kill you and hate you and do exactly what they did to Jesus. Jesus said, if they hate you, just know they hated me first. Everybody tried to kill Jesus. Jesus cast out frequencies out of people in the towns, asked him to leave. They did not thank him. They did not anything like that. There was no thanks. It was persecution. So don't expect to get plugged in and light up and then your life is going to be great. You're going to make a bunch of money and have a bunch of friends, and you're going to have worldly rewards. You're going to get plugged in. God will always take care of you. You will always have what you need. That's the thing. You will always have what you need, and you are going to be receiving eternal, everlasting rewards as opposed to mortal, earthly, dying rewards. Why we're not supposed to judge other people. Also, you never know when you are entertaining an angel, and I strongly believe that. So I will end this one, and I will continue this one about how all these systems, they want to promise you that they can get rid of the effects of sin, the jealousy, greed, lust, death, all of these things, while lying about God and Jesus and the frequency of love and life and the frequency and the entire nature of reality. And so with that, much love and many thanks, and I love you. Thank you.